guys, welcome to the Art of Vida. Thank you for coming. Today we have 4 amazing artists and they're going to bring us their experience, their tenure. They're going to give us fabulous tips on how to get gigs, how to get records, and how to make your dreams come true. Today we have Paul, Matt, Heather, and Arlene from far and wide. Guys, thanks so much for coming.
Woo! Thank you for having us!
Yeah!
Woo!
We are from far and wide, and we're happy to have written a song which celebrates Mississauga. It's a song about hope, unity, and peace, and we want you to sing along.
Well, we're going to start off with basically this amazing song that has hit like every festival in Mississauga. It is the anthem for Canada 150. Big deal. Holy cow. It's amazing. Also, we're playing it right now in the background, but it is so extremely catchy. So tell us the story. Like, how did this happen?
Heather, hop on.
Okay, well, I was cleaning the house, seriously, and I'm working on my first debut album, so I was trying to think of songs, and I was just cleaning and this melody came to me. So we are the North, we're strong, and I just had this thought that we should have a song for Canada 150 celebrating Mississauga and how we're so united here and we're so diverse and so multicultural, but we live in peace and we know how to live up respectfully, and we're so supportive of different cultures, and that's just what the charm and the beauty of being Mississaugan. So then I told my idea to Paul and to Arlene, who I highly respect, and of course my husband. And we just said, hey, let's do this. Let's get a round table at our house. No one's had this idea yet in the city, and we should do it and basically record this song, come together and launch it. And we just kind of did it. I'd say like in an hour it was done.
Yeah, it was one of those magic moments where we sat down and everything just went right. We all basically said, okay, what does it mean for us to live here, and what does it mean for us to be a part of this community? We just started throwing down ideas, and then a song just came together.
So we just thought, like, this is a message we want to give to the world. Like, we want to say, hey, we are the North, we're together, we're unified, and we're free. That's what we're about.
So is this the first time that you guys decided to collaborate together?
As the 4 of us together, yeah, like a lot of us have worked together before, like Paul and Heather worked together before. Heather and I have worked together before, and we've all played each other's performances for what, a few years now?
Yeah. And I've put on events where they've all been showcased in some way or other.
But this was the one kitchen table.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of a kitchen party.
It was. There was dinner served as well.
You guys have been around for quite a while. And how did it start? Like, how do you start getting gigs out there? Like, how, where, what do you do? Like, I mean, I wouldn't know where to go.
My experience was I actually did a lot of theater first, and then a friend booked an event at a venue, and she just invited all her friends over. And I was like, oh, that looks like fun, and I started to songwrite at the same time. So she taught me to just book venues and to invite people to perform, so that I give myself work, and I'm performing with my friends. So that was a way that I got gigs, was I created the work for myself. And then after that, like, there's all the other things, like, I booked my own European tour and, like, across Canada kind of thing. I just emailed venues saying, like, I'm touring Canadian. Always have to say you're Canadian when you go to UK and Europe, because they love Canadians. And then, you just tell them who you are, what you do, and, you know, send as many as you can. Yeah, but the biggest thing was for me to create, just like how you're creating this platform.
But I think the secret to the sauce is that we really support each other, and everyone's like, you do you, and you do you, and you're awesome. But I think that the gift here is that we know how to be like, okay, we're going to check our egos because we're more powerful when we're together.
Yeah. My experience with booking shows, it really just depends. If you're just starting out fresh, a lot of the best way is to connect with artists in your community who are playing and find out, you know, where the venues that are where people are playing. You know, I mean, you probably would know a few if you go and see live music to begin with. Some events are run by, you know, like artists working collaboratively. Some events are run by promoters, and there is an aspect to it that is, you know, pounding the pavement. I mean, that is easier to do now than it ever has been before. Like, I remember booking tours before we did most things on the internet, and it was calling up promoters and physically mailing everything. Now it's much more streamlined compared to what you used to have to do. So when you're first starting out, and if you want to try out some of your material, most communities, specifically this one, has a whole series of open mics where you can go out and meet other artists who are out there performing, and you can try out your material and gauge a crowd response or improve as a live performer as well. And what is, I would say, most open mics around here are reasonably, you know, non-judgmental environment. We all kind of support each other. Again, it's a very collaborative approach in this city, which is nice. Paul?
Yeah, well, my experience goes back like 15 years. So like when I first started doing my solo thing, The Identity Crisis, I was in high school, and it was doing coffee houses, like the school events. Mm-hmm. And then from there you build like a network of friends that were doing stuff, and you'd hear of people from other schools. And then like when we graduated high school, we kept in touch and we found out about other events. And then my first big show was at the Opera House in Toronto. And it was like, there were, I don't know, like 1,200 people there.
Wow.
And there were like, from that one big opportunity came a whole bunch of other opportunities, because other people were like, oh, they saw what I was doing. And that's just, I mean, I don't know if that's a unique thing, but I find that like building a network of friends, musicians, other performers is kind of the way to go, because it's like they'll kind of let you know about other opportunities and you let them do in turn, you know. So I think that the main thing is try to build like a song catalog of your own and some covers, you know, do a mix of stuff, but have something ready to go. Like practice. Like we're forgetting that. That's a really important thing. Practice your craft. Because if you don't practice, if you're not ready to go, you can fall flat on your face and then be discouraged.
And I think because we've all just stuck with this for so long, there's something to be said for that. When you keep getting better, you put your 1,000 hours in plus, and you're just tenacious, eventually I just think it comes back.
Okay, so we're gonna play a game now, and basically we're gonna ask a whole bunch of questions and we have to answer honestly. And they're gonna be PG rated.
PG rated, no, cool. Alright.
We're not gonna get all crazy yet. Never have I ever peed in the pool.
Oh, no way. Wait, I totally done that when I was young.
Yeah, me too.
Everyone pees in the pool. Do you remember when they used to tell you that they put the chemical in the pool, and if you peed it would go like
red,
bright orange or like purple or something? You're totally lying.
I haven't.
It's lying. It's a liar.
Jacuzzi's a different story.
Oh, all right. So now it's the size of the pool.
Never have I ever snuck out of the house.
Never snuck out of the house? I'm trying to think if I ever needed to. I'm just gonna say yes as a default. Say I know it happened at some point. I don't remember when it did. It must have.
Never have I drunk dialed my ex.
Oh.
Does
I've
texting
done that.
does
Or
texting count?
texted.
Does texts? Hello.
Oh, I didn't know this about you.
You know, Paul, again, I don't buy it at all.
Really? No, I can honestly.
Next.
Never have I ever said a baby was cute when I actually thought the baby was ugly.
At some point, probably was like, oh, what a cute kid.
Every single time.
Oh.
I'm not having kids.
Alright,
Moving
guys.
along.
Moving along, we're gonna end it off with, I don't know which camera to look at, but we're gonna end it off with some last bit of advice and maybe motivation to pursue the musical dream.
My husband can testify that I'm so like self-help queen and affirmations, and I like do everything that I can do to stay pumped and motivated and positive. So that's us. You're different. I think he's just like so self-motivated.
No, I've just had so many rejections. My skin is thick, and I believe in what I do. I think one of the biggest things, aside from you need to master your craft. You need to work hard at it. Learn from those around you, but you need to have thick skin. You gotta have grit. You gotta be persistent. You gotta believe it when nobody else does.
And have people around you that support you. If people don't support you and understand your life and your calling, cut them out of your life, because not everyone's gonna understand.
I totally echo that. Like you gotta really believe in your dream in order to keep going, because I think that's the only thing that will keep you going when you get all those rejections and get all the things. Massive failure creates massive success and all that stuff.
I'm wired in such a way that I don't need people to support me. I'm that guy that wants to prove everybody wrong, and so that's always been my.
He's the Dave Mustaine of From Far and Wide.
That's also like Barbra Streisand.
Yes, I am Barbra Streisand and Dave Mustaine's son.
On that note,
How about you?
me,
Do you have any advice?
well, I'm the host.
But even for your own creative ventures.
I'm all about what Paul said. Like, I'm all about people saying, I mean, I did the corporate thing, you know, I did the trying to play by the rules and try to do what everybody thinks you're supposed to do. And in the end, it's kind of like, you know, people are like, well, why would you leave this steady, stable job to pursue this very competitive and not stable career? And I said, well, I think if you believe, like, in the heart of hearts, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, and it just feels right, sometimes, you know, the universe just aligns for you. Like, I find that you meet the right people, you are at the right place, and it just gotta believe.
For sure.
You know, sorry,
No,
No, straight up.
I think you're echoing things that we all think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I was going to say we all could be in different places, but we're all here because we want to be here.
Shakalaka. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. Whoa. He's up. Do that.
I didn't really leave. I lied.